Hello, my name is Abdul Wahab, and I'm going to start a series of learning computer science for the students from basic level to advanced level. And this is my first video, and I'm sure you will enjoy and you will subscribe my channel on YouTube. My channel is Wahab CS Lectures. So further, we are starting understanding the basic concepts of computer science. In this video, we'll understand what is data, what is information, and what are the types of data. We have like analog and digital, and then we'll discuss about the analog and digital converter, and then digital to analog converter. So these are the main points of today's video, and let's start understanding the concept. First of all, we'll start what is data. Well, data are the raw facts. Data are the raw facts and figures that we give to the computer as an input. There are two things which are important for the data. Number one is raw facts, means with the form which is not understandable. So that is called raw facts. And figures, it can be figures, it can be values, it can be anything. And those values will be input into the computer for the processing. So whenever we have some raw facts or raw data, that is ready for the processing. So let's talk about the type of data we can have in the computer. The collection of text, numbers, or symbols in a raw or unorganized form. What are these examples? So examples can be 3, 6, 9, 12. It can be the name of employee. It can be the number of employees. It can be the roll number of the students, anything. But right now, we are not clear about what type of data it is for, right? So we can say this type of data, and it can be a cat, a dog, a rabbit, something like this. 161.2, it can be any value, or it can be I can say the amount somebody has received in the bank, or something, anything it can be. So it is not these are not clear what are the purpose of these values. So that's why these are known as raw facts. So I'm sure the term data is clear to everyone. Fine, further let's talk about the next one. Let me clear it first for a moment. Now the next thing we'll understand, that is information. Whenever we perform some actions on the data, then it will become an information. What is that action? The processed form of data. When we perform a processing on the data, it will become information. It means to make it understandable, the information is that form which is understandable, right? So data that has been processed, example, it can be a group data, or normally by the computer. Whenever it is processed by the computer to give it meaning and make it interpretable. Make it interpretable. Like you can see this with example, like we have some data, and whenever computer performs some processing operations on it, it will become information. So it's a simple diagram of understanding the information. So like suppose if I talk about this one, let me move on the previous slide. Yeah, this one. If I am saying these are the roll number of these are the roll number of students, so it will become information. It means it is understandable now. So then it will become information. Now it is information. I'm sure it is clear. Now further, let me clear it for a moment, and then we'll move on the next slide. So the next thing is whenever I'm talking about information equation, it can be, if we put information into an equation, it would be data plus meanings will become information. So it means this is understandable form. This is not understandable form. Whenever we add some meaning with it, it will become information. So we can have another example of information. Whenever we process the data, whenever we process the data, so you can see in the diagram as well, it will become information. So the action performed on the data is processed. And whenever I'm talking about information, so it is understandable form, or it is a knowledge. It can be known as a knowledge as well. So I'm sure it is clear. It is another example we have given you here in this example, in this slide. Fine. Further, you can see this one. It is very detailed. Data are the words, images, or numbers, not understandable. Whenever we group them, it becomes information, and the purpose is defined as well, and the meanings are defined for that process as well, and it is processed form. Fine. Further, this information can be moved like this, and when contextualized become a knowledge. When we contextualized the information, it becomes knowledge. So it can be a structured form, it can be a growth form, like you have a graph, you have some structures, you make some sheets in the Microsoft Excel, so that is structured form of data, and you can easily perform some actions on it. So that is knowledge basically. So we can say that knowledge or information are more or less same things. So the system as well, the knowledge is telling you the system. So this information is the advanced form of information. And whenever we are talking about data, data will become information once it is processed or it grouped properly, and this form is understandable form. And these are known as raw facts, and this is known as a structured form, or the knowledge we can have. Fine. Further, let's talk about the next option, the next term, that is uh, types of data. Fine. We have two types of data. Number one is called analog data, another one is digital data. As analog means, and analog and digital has some particular meanings in the computer. So whenever I'm talking about analog data, data that is represented in the physical way, example a magnetic tape, you can see the magnetic on the magnetic tape there are physically data is placed over there. So that is in the form of waves, or the analog form, or the physical form of the VCR cassettes or something like that. Or we can have another example of analog data. It refers to the information that is continuous. Analog data is always continuous in the form, in nature, continuous in nature, and takes the continuous values, like human voice. I'm speaking, I'm basically and my voice is moving in the air, so this is analog form. And if I talk about a magnetic tape of VCR, as we have discussed here, you have so many cassettes and VCRs cassettes available. If you generally analyze those tapes, there will be some waveforms over there on that magnetic tape. Fine. You can see the analog will be of this kind of data, or this type of signal will be represented. So we can say analog signal is of this type, like somebody speaking on the microphone, and data is basically in analog form. Fine. Further, let me clear the slide first, and then we'll move on the next slide. Fine. The next is digital data. What is digital? Digital means some values, like 0 1 form or something like that. What are these things? Refers to the information that has a discrete values, and it is an alternative of analog data, because analog data was continuous data and digital data is discrete data. And it has only two states, and it takes discrete values. And if I talk about a discrete value, means a random values. So random values can be available in the digital data. How? Data stored in the computer memory is digital because computer understand only a digital data in the form of 0 or 1, like 0 1 0 0 0 1 1, something like this. What is this? We'll discuss later on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Usually 8 bits form is available for storing the data of computer, but it's not our topic right now. Just this form is called a digital form of the data. Now you can see this diagram. We have already discussed this portion. This is analog form in the previous slide, and we have some device attached with it. What is this device for? We'll discuss in a minute. Then we have some form which is called a digital form or the digital data. It can be in the form of 0101, something like this, and this form is understandable for the computers only, for the computer's memory. Fine. uh, if I discuss about how it is converted into the from analog to digital, then we have this device, and this is our second topic. Now the example of analog and digital data are, if I talk about a video, it can be either analog or digital. You will discuss yourself in your mind and you will tell me the answer, and then I'll make it correct as well. First one is video. It can be analog or digital. What do you think? Video can be analog or digital. What about the text? What about the audio? What about the integer? So all these four forms can be connected either with the analog or the digital. So let's talk about the first one. And the first one is video. Well, video is an analog data, as we have discussed on the tape devices of VCR, something like that. So that's why it belongs to analog data. And if I talk about a text data, text is digital data because it is in the form of zeros and ones. And if I talk about audio, audio is basically a waveform. And where I'm talking about a waveform, I'm talking about a continuous data, and continuous data is of analog form. Fine. Further, the last one we have integer. So integer can be in the form of 0 and 1. So I'm sure it is in your mind that it is digital data. Further, I'm sure it is clear. So if you have further any query, you can give me in the comment box of the video, and I'll be pleased to give you the answer, or I'll try to satisfy you accordingly. So examples of the analog data and the digital data are: analog data, we have a microphones, we have a cassette players, we have radios, we have photograph cameras. All these are of analog in nature. If I talk about digital data, we have DVDs, we have digital cameras, we have HD TVs these days. We can have some CD players as well, most cell phones as well, and the fiber optic, the most important thing. I have shown you. I'll show you the some of the the diagrams as well here. This is a microphone. Here we have another one, that is radio. Here we have, sorry, this one is a cassette player. So this is basically a cassette player, and this one is radio. Another one we have, you have, if you are familiar with the previous years cameras, those are of photograph in this format. So these are the form of analog photograph cameras. Now these has been replaced with the digital cameras. Now these has been replaced with the digital cameras. Now we don't see these type of cameras available in daily life. Further, we have a CD player, and then we have a digital camera like this Canon, like this form. You are much familiar, and this is kind of the fiber optic we have. So it's an example of fiber optic. And if I talk about this one, this is basically a digital camera. If I talk about a CD player, we have a CD player like this. And if I talk about a microphone, so this is microphone. So if I talk about a cassette player, we have a cassette player here as well, and we have some radio kind of device, and then we have a photograph camera. So I'm sure it is clear what is digital and analog devices, what are digital and analog devices. So the last one we have, and the second last topic, that is analog to digital converter. What is ADC? ADC, it is an abbreviation of analog and digital converter. Basically, it is converting from analog position to a digital position. So this is A stands for analog, D stands for digital, and C for converter. So ADC is the device which converts from analog to digital. So the analog input signal needs to be converted whenever I'm talking about the computer. So if I'm speaking something and it is storing, like right now I'm giving you a lecture, and it is stored in the computer in the form of a digital form, but whenever I'm speaking and my mic is receiving the input, that is in the analog, so there is some device which is converting it from the analog to digital form. This is done with an analog to digital converter device. This process is known as digitization. Digitization means analog to digital conversion. You can see the analog signal is converted into digital data that can be processed easily under the digital computer, using the digital computer like this. You have analog form and ADC devices attached with it, and it will be converted in the computer, and computer can easily understand this form, but computer cannot understand this form. Remember, computer understand only this form. Fine. Now, let me clear it for a moment, and then we'll move on the next slide. ADC, further information we have for it, like somebody speaks and it is analog data, and basically analog signal sent from the microphone to the ADC converter. For the ADC converter, we have this device, like most of you are familiar with the sound card. So ADC converts the analog data into the digital signal. The sound cards are the devices which are known as ADC uh, converter, and these are converting from analog to a digital form, and this digital form is understandable with the computer. So further, if I'm talking about DAC as well, like computer want to send some data to the speaker, so speaker is output device, and computer will convert through the DAC. Then this uh, sound card will work just like a uh, digital to analog converter, and then it will be understandable for the person who is listening the music or something like that. Fine. And here, converted digital data received by the computer. Whenever computer is receiving data in this form, it is understandable for the computer now, but this form is not understandable, and this device is making it compatible for the computer understanding. Fine. Further, so the second device we are talking about, that is digital and digital to analog converter. For this digital to analog computer converter, we have DAC, and for DAC, digital to analog conversion means needs a conversion of the analog signal into the digital to analog signal. So DAC stands for digital to analog converter. This is done with the digital to analog converter, and you can see this example, like you are receiving this kind of data from the computer, and it is sent to the DAC device, and DAC device is going to convert in the analog form, and analog output will be received in the form of either it can be in the form of music, it can be in the form of some other way as well. And therefore analog, we have some other examples as well, like heartbeat machine or something like that, where you can see the pulses as well. Fine. It's all about for today's video. I'm sure you have learned so many things in it, and I'll be pleased if you give me a positive feedback of this video. And the next video, inshallah, soon it will be available, and we'll discuss what is bit byte and what are ASCII characters, ASCII characters, and how many bits are required to store one character, and the history of the computer we'll discuss as well.